There will be things that bother you, but they're nothing to worry about, and you'll be able to resolve them with a little time to yourself. When it comes to conversations, try to keep things small and low-key rather than loud. If you're in a couple, beware of sudden relationship reversals, as you may find yourself hanging on to the person you've been hanging on to. If you're single, you'll be lucky to be introduced to someone by an Aquarius friend. Your financial luck is very good. You could end up with something that seems to be just out of reach. It's also a good time to make purchases, and you might get a better deal than you thought. It's also a good time to give a little to those around you. Try not to worry too much about how you come across to others. This obsession can actually hold you back. You need to set yourself free. Dream about the person you like, not the person others like. If you're single, make sure you don't overdo it in front of someone new. If you fall in love with someone new today, you may end up going through a mental breakdown. You should look at the opposite sex with a certain amount of restraint. In financial matters, a crisis may arise. Even if there is money coming in, you may not have anything in your hands because of what you have already spent. Make sure you don't repeat the mistakes of the past, so tighten your belt now. It's a day to emphasize the importance of family relationships. They're so close to you that you might not realize how much you value them. The same care you give to someone new should be extended to those closest to you. When it comes to love affairs, be careful what you say. If you're in a couple, don't tell your friends what's going on between you and your partner. You could end up starting some weird rumors. If you're single, it's also best not to rush into a relationship if you meet someone you like. Your financial fortunes are on the way up, and you may even get a small windfall, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to buy a lottery ticket or lotto ticket. It's important to make your own judgment rather than listening to the rumors that are floating around. This will be the day when your decision will pay off. It's going to be one of those days where you're overwhelmed by what you're trying to accomplish. You're motivated, but your results don't back it up. But don't make the mistake of giving up halfway through. Blessed are the ones who endure, so keep pushing forward a little longer. If you're single, you're in a good place. If you're in a couple, it's best not to make any changes to the current flow. Believing in the power of love is the most important thing. Financially, it will be an average day for you. You may incur some unexpected expenses, but don't worry, it won't be much. It's a good idea to keep track of your spending, at least in your head, so that you can be more intentional. This could be the day that your pent-up emotions explode. If you have a grievance, don't let it build up, sometimes you just need to speak up. If you've been feeling neglected, don't hide it, speak up. You might meet someone great at a meeting or blind date that you forced yourself to go to. Don't take it too far, and it's okay to go out on a date once in a while, but if you're in a relationship, you may find that something happens that makes you rethink your relationship with your partner. Financially, it's not a bad idea. If you have extra money, it's better to put it somewhere than to keep it sitting around. But if you already have money invested, you're probably going to lose some of it. It's time to find out where you're lacking and fill in the gaps. Even if you get recognized for what you're doing, keep your head down first. The good fortune that seems to have been handed to you may have been snatched away by your pride. If you're a couple, take a long hard look at whether you're expecting too much from your partner. Love requires courtesy, so be willing to give back as much as you receive. If you're single, blind dates can be a great way to start a relationship rather than a meeting. Your financial fortunes will improve, especially if you've been struggling with money, as you could be holding the key to solving your financial problems. It's also a good day to relax, as a tough situation could turn out to be a blessing in disguise. Someone's criticism brings tears to your eyes. It feels like the wind is blowing through your chest, and you're at a loss for words. This is a very sensitive time, and you need to be able to control your tears. Your love life is very volatile. Your mood swings can be extreme, both good and bad. You might love someone today and then hate them tomorrow. Even if you're a couple, these emotional extremes can lead to arguments, so be careful. Financial fortune isn't bad, you might have pocket money that you didn't think you'd have, and if you're looking for a job, you won't regret it once you start whatever it is, but you might be fickle and quit your job one day. You may experience an event that forces you to look at yourself objectively. Realizing your situation may leave you feeling a bit deflated, but don't let it get you down. Our circumstances are always changing. Love will find you. If you're single, you might get a thrill out of a chance encounter, or maybe a hot, passionate love affair. If you're in a couple, it's not a bad love affair either, and you'll feel like you're back to where you were when you first met. Your financial fortune will improve. Money you weren't expecting will come in at a very opportune time, and you'll be able to put it to good use. It's also a good time to look for a part-time job, because what starts out as a part-time job may turn into your full-time job. You'll be all over the place, but you won't hate the attention, which will lift your spirits. Helping others will bring you good fortune, so don't turn down favors from others. Love is at its best today, so if there's someone you've been watching from afar, take the initiative to let them know how you feel. You might be surprised at what you get. However, if you're in a couple, there's a risk of a love triangle, so use good judgment. Your financial fortune is not bad, as this is a time when your intuition will be very well developed, so trust yourself. It's good to listen to the advice of those around you, but not to act on it. Give and receive information, but make the final decision. It's a day when what you think becomes reality. Today looks to be a lucky day in many ways, so try to stay positive and remember that what you think is what you get. If you're in a couple, you may have an argument with your partner, so be careful. If you're single, this could be the day that you finally meet the right person for you, so be excited. If you've been spending money, this is the day when that money will come into play and make you money. You'll reap what you sow, and you'll be able to enjoy the joy of the harvest. It's going to be a day full of boredom and laziness. Your body will be tense, but your mind and spirit will be slack, so you need to be careful not to make any mistakes. If you procrastinate because everything is bothering you, you may end up being criticized by others. It's a good day if you're introduced to someone through someone higher up in the organization. It won't be so good for you if you meet someone of the opposite sex through a chance encounter rather than through someone you know. If you are in a couple, you should try to shake off the boredom between the two of you. Today's fortune will remain mediocre. You won't be worried about money, but keep in mind that you won't be in a position to splurge here and there. Spend it with good care and you won't put a puncture in your finances. It's a day for creativity. If you need an idea, you'll have it in your head. You'll have a good chance at a job application or recruitment, and you'll have an edge over others. Your love life is also very good. If you have a crush on someone, make sure you talk to them a lot. If you're in a couple, you should also try to talk through your problems, because words can create problems that need to be solved. Your financial fortune will also be very good. However, don't make snap judgments, seek the advice of those around you before making your own decisions. The people around you will be very good at what they do, and you won't lose anything by listening to them.